Welcome back, everyone. GReimer here doing another episode from the Pixelmon Evolved server, and I am down here in a cave. Yes, I'm doing a little bit of mining right now, actually, because I have a goal on this server, and that is to catch every single legendary if I can. Now, some of them are very rare. Like, it's gonna be next to impossible to get. One of which I'm actually down here doing a little work on right now. I'm trying to, let's get away from all the running water. I'm trying to find as much metal as possible right now, because one of the legendaries is called Meltan, and Meltan you can only catch by smelting metal in a furnace. Now silicon, I think it's silicon. Yeah, silicon. That can also spawn them too. So what you got to do to get Meltan to appear is you got to melt metal in a furnace, and then he has like a 1 in really low chance of spawning when you do that. Oh, Diglett attacked me here. C-bomb you. Goodbye. I'm also still working on filling all these orbs. I got the static soul orb filled. I'm working on this one right now. So I'm just basically killing anything that attacks me. While I'm down here, I found all this metal here. That sounds pretty good, except for in here, actually. I've been storing my stacks as I've been getting them. And so, yeah, I've got quite a few stacks on this dig alone. So, and I also even found a fossil. How about that? So yeah, I'm still working on digging all this stuff up. I have a whole bunch of furnaces back at the base just waiting to cook these things. And hopefully I'll be able to get Meltan to spawn. Now, I actually have done one of these mining adventures before. Actually, 2 of them, where I came back with about 30 stacks of metal. And yeah, I haven't gotten them to spawn yet. So I have been trying off camera quite a bit with no luck. But hopefully today in this episode, you actually end up seeing Meltan spawn. Now, if he does spawn, okay, so there's a huge little asterisk, caveat, italic, fine print part of him spawning. If he spawns, there's a 60% chance that it's actually a Ditto in disguise. Okay, so there's really only a 40% chance that I'll actually get Meltan, even if he spawns. Okay, so he's really rare. So I don't have my, I'm not holding my breath on this one, but it's one of those things like if I don't try, I definitely won't get him. So I'm definitely going to try. And like I said, hopefully he spawns today. But I've also been doing a little bit of work off camera too, because I've been raising up a Tyranitar. He's at level 88 right now. That's why he's holding the lucky egg. Mainly because I have trouble with bosses. Like, I run into bosses. Sometimes I don't always win the fights. And the reason why, if you look at my team, I got Breloom, really great for not killing Pokemon, but putting him to sleep. Delta, not really a great Pokemon for actually fighting. I mean, if it's a flying type or water type, he might have a chance, but other than that, he's basically doomed. But, you know, he's my flyer. He's good. This is good for catching Pokemon. This is good for building, you know, and flying around and looking and seeing where you're going. This is great for making money, and I also went ahead and taught him Thief with the TM, so now I can actually try to get that Magmarizer off of a Magmar instead of catching all of them. Haven't had any luck. I do have to remove the amulet coin when I go hunting for that, though, because he can't pick up anything if he's holding an item. And then these 2 right here are my power hitters. These are the 2 that actually do some damage, but their defense is really terrible. So basically, these guys, if they don't one-shot something, they're doomed. And a lot of bosses, I can't one-shot. So my problem is that I don't have a very strong team, because it's basically built for functionality on the server and not so much for just, you know, dominating bosses. So I have to, I figured Tyranitar would be a good addition to that team. Oh, look at that. There's some diamond right now. That are right there. Now, see, somebody had actually been down here. I saw a lot of the water or the lava had been turned to obsidian, but they left a ton of metal because I think whoever it was probably just looking for these blue shiny rocks. But there was one right here. You missed one. Let's just go ahead and dig. Oh, almost dropped that one right in the lava. Caught it, though. Go ahead and change that over. And then snag up the rest of these guys. I'll break these down when I get back to the base. I'm collecting this too, because why not? Actually, I have no idea why I'm collecting that. I've got a ton of that stuff. I have actually been keeping my eyes out for any more shiny Pokemon, because off camera I did manage to catch a shiny Tentacruel. In fact, let me show you that guy right now. Check this out. No, he's probably gonna be in the shinies chest. Look at that right there. Bam. Let's go ahead and whip this guy out and so you can see what he looks like. Bam. Shiny Tentacruel. Oh, well, he can't. Well, he's stuck in the ceiling. Shiny Tentacruel. He's got his green little gel sacks or whatever on his head. Yeah, when I was EV training up my Tyranitar to be attack and speed, I ran into this guy. So that marks the 2nd shiny that I've caught on the server. It's also I caught both of these in the exact same spot too, out in the ocean next to my base. Weird. Anyway, all right, I'm gonna keep digging up this stuff, and then let's swish on back to the base for the cooking. first so that we can smelt all this up. All right, we are back at the Rocket Inc. satellite office here at the shipwreck base, and yeah, okay, so I got a bunch of furnaces laid out. I even had to add a couple extras to try to process all this stuff. This is the total haul right here. This is like 15, 16 some stacks. If my about 16 stacks. If my math is correct, it's about 1,080 something metal of some kind that we're going to be cooking up here. Hopefully that's enough to get this guy to spawn. If not, I gotta do it all over again. I'll probably do that off camera though. So hopefully it is. Fingers crossed. Let's get to actually getting this all put into place now. I do have some metal already cooking up in here actually. Basically, I looked on the wiki, and if you let the stuff go to a full stack before you pull it out of there, it has increased chance of him actually being able to spawn. So I'm gonna leave those in there actually the way they are right now, and I'll just go ahead and try to match up what I already have in there. So, and then I'll there we go. And then, yeah, the rest of this should just be iron now. So let's just get to cooking here. And then I'll withdraw it all as a stack at a time, or at least however many I've cooked up. And hopefully then Meltan will spawn, and we'll be able to catch him. And hopefully, really big fingers crossed, he's not a ditto. Okay, so I have a few more stacks here I gotta try to cook up. I do have a couple extra furnaces on me so that I can do that. Let's go ahead and throw a stack in here. Throw that in there. Let's get this cooking up as well. Actually, let's do that. It's probably easier. And then I just got 20 extra gold to cook up someplace. So let's throw that in here for right now. And yeah, that should be everything. So while I'm waiting for this to cook up, I figured I might as well break this down. Oh, not with the Silk Touch pick. That's not going to do any good whatsoever, but I am going to put that in my offhand so I get the experience so that it repairs it. I have been looking. While I was down there mining, I did find a mine shaft. Went looking throughout the whole thing, found 2 chests, no mending books in them. I only have gotten 1 mending book so far while being on the server, and that was by using just a bog standard vanilla Minecraft fishing rod. When I was early on, I was trying to catch enchanted books, and I did. The first one I caught was a mending one. It was really lucky, and that's the only one I've seen since then. I have it on my Silk Touch pickaxe, and that's it. So I would love to find more mending books, but I haven't been able to yet. Afk Fishing, in case you're wondering, is not actually allowed on the server, so I can't actually do that. So I have tried using the super rod, because I looked on the wiki and it said that according to the wiki, the super rod has a chance at catching mending books also. And this is what I've caught. This is all the enchanted books I've either caught or found so far in the world. And you can see down here we got a bunch of random ones down here, and then we got 2 fortune ones. We got a whole lot of efficiency 5 ones. We got a whole lot of Silk Touch ones, and we got a whole lot of unbreaking ones. Out of all of this, these 1, 2, 3, these 4 rows right here, if you add a 5th one for mending, that's what the super rod's supposed to be able to catch. I have not caught one ever. So I don't know if maybe when they set up the mod pack they tweaked it, or if I'm just really unlucky. I could be really unlucky, I'm not too sure, but I haven't caught any mending books. So let's go ahead and dump what I got in here right now. This is my really starting to get unorganized chest of goodness. Let me see if I can't do a little organization right here just to kind of make this fix it a little bit. So I learned that you can make the Sapphire Blocks out of the Pixelmon Sapphires, but if you take or not Sapphire, any of the gem blocks, if you take that block and try to break it down, you get the Biomes of Plenty stuff, and I don't think you can trade that to the trader, so I started not making blocks out of my gems that I've been collecting, because aside from decoration, I don't know why I would ever really need those. So alright, yeah, so I'm going to wait for all this stuff to smelt up. In fact, while I do that, you know what? I got an idea. First, I'll put these diamonds away. I got an idea. I think I got all the metal out of there. All that I wanted. I'll just snag that for a second. Oh, I should have actually put this all into the nether, actually, because I could have gone and hunted down magmarizers while I waited for this to smelt. Okay, so my idea just got shot right out the window. That's what I was going to go do. But this one's already, well, this one's as done as we're going to get. So here we go. Here's our first attempt. Let's, oh, my ender chest is behind that wall of furnaces. Let's go ahead and slap down another one here. I am going to snag this just in the event that he does spawn, and, I don't have that much luck on catching him. I actually have had decent luck when it comes to catching legendaries. Usually I do catch them. I actually did go ahead and use a Master Ball. I broke down. People, forgive me. Forgive me, please. I used a Master Ball. So while I was down here, I had a Diancie, if that's how you say it. This thing. I had this thing spawn in, and I used a Master Ball on it. Because it was 1 o'clock in the morning. I had to work in 4 hours, or I had to be up for work in 4 hours. And the only thing I was waiting for was for a video to upload, and that had finished. And I was like, okay, I need to go to bed. So I just caught this. I was in the middle of fighting it. I was trying to catch it, and I was like, okay, it's bedtime. So I broke down. That was my limit right there. And I used the Master Ball on it so that I could just go to bed. So yeah, that one's right there. Apparently that only spawns in mountainous biomes underground, like below Y50 or 40 or something like that. So it's because I'm underground right now. And if you look at the map, let's go on top here. If you look at this right here is a crag biome. That's considered a mountainous biome because it's pretty dang mountainous. It spawned over there. So I was down here and it spawned somewhere over here. So I was able to get it. I also did go ahead and catch myself another Rayquaza. So that was kind of fun. A little bit of a problem catching that one, but eventually got him. He knocked out my Unisom. That's always kind of a trick then when that happens. And of course, let's not forget about the mountain or the massive amount of Manaphy that keeps spawning over here. So I've been catching stuff. Oh, and this guy. Totally forgot about this guy. While I was in the nether, in fact, I have a short clip I can probably throw in right here over this. While I was in the nether, I did manage to catch a Heatran. And boy, does he sound creepy. Yeah. I managed to find this guy in there while I was hunting down Magmars. And yeah, he's a fiery kind of fire thing. Actually, I don't even know much about this one. He's a fire steel type, it looks like. So, but yeah, he's one of the legendaries that can spawn in the nether. So, spawns in the hell dimension. So, I got Heatran also. So I'm getting a nice little stockpile of legendaries here. I got a whole bunch of extra ones too. But I'm getting a stockpile of legendaries here. This isn't all of them, obviously. There's a couple of them. I pulled some of them down here. These are all the cute ones, I believe. Like, these are the adorable ones. I think there's another one. Jirachi? I think it's Jirachi. I don't have Jirachi. I might have to look up how you actually get that thing. But I've been working on organizing a lot of stuff in this chest. Look at this. Box 1. These are all in numerical order. I'm missing these 4 right here. There's another box 2. Box 3 is in order also. And some of them have placeholders. Like if you notice, there's 2 Kadabras right here. I do have an Alakazam. It's in my party, but I don't actually like have it in here. So I actually don't have a Golem. I evolved Jinx's Golem back in the day, but I don't actually have a Golem, so I gotta get that too. So I gotta hook up with somebody and help me trade to get some Pokemon. Some of these are empty. A lot of this is still unorganized over here. It's a work in progress. It takes a long time to sort through some of this stuff. So you can see the Pokedex is at 56 completion so far, and this is how I've been organizing them. I've basically been opening up the Pokedex, saying, okay, so it's this one, this one, this one. I go and find them and I move them. So it's taking a while. Speaking of taking a while, this let's see, I got all that stuff. All right, let me put this back. Oh, I can also put my fortune pick back. I don't really need that either. These furnaces are going to probably take a while. This one is done. This one is as done as it's going to get. Let's go ahead and I think I'm going to pull that out of there because, no, right here. Boom, throw that in with, actually, no, that will be too much too. Oh, well, whatever. Wasn't there one that I had that was, no, that's not the right one stuff either. Okay, let's go ahead and pull the furnaces that are finished. Let's pull these things out and see if we get a Heatran. Aha! No. Aha! No. Aha! No. Okay, so I'm going to wait for the rest of these guys to continue smelting, and then we'll do a mass withdrawal and take all of the metal out, and hopefully we'll get lucky with that. Okay, they're all done. This one's just cooking up the last piece right here. Okay, so that is over 1,000 metal cooked up. So hopefully, oh man, hopefully. All right, let's go ahead and start taking this stuff out. We'll start with this small amount right here. Bam. Nothing. I'm actually gonna have to store this stuff as I go, or at least compress it into block form as I go. Okay, so nothing on that one. Let's see, that one's empty. Here we go. Silicon. Anything? Nothing. Iron ingots. Come on, Meltan. I'm actually taking them out manually too. I'm not like shift clicking them out because I don't want to have any kind of like, oh, well, technically it doesn't work. Just holding my breath here. Like, wait, it'd be amazing if one spawns in. Nothing from any of those furnaces. This one's going to be a really tricky one to get. Like I said, I've already cooked up, prior to this, about 30-some stacks. This is another 15 or so, 15 or 16. Go ahead and take these out. We'll check afterwards. Thought I heard footsteps. I was actually really excited for a second. Aluminum. More metal. Nothing. Oh, there is one! Look at that. We do have a Meltan. Okay, nice. Okay, let's try to get this one. Should I just Master Ball this thing? I mean, I'm tempted to. He's a level 5 only, so... Okay, actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do a Quick Ball, you know, because maybe he'll just stay in that. That was really lucky. I was actually getting kind of disheartened. Okay, Headbutt. Okay, Headbutt's fine. I don't know if he knows any self-damaging... You know, I'm just gonna do it. I'm not even going to worry about it. Not even going to worry about it. This might end up being a Ditto and a Master Ball, but there's a 40% chance that this is actually Meltan, so let's see what we can get. Captured Meltan. Party is full. Meltan was sent to your... It is a Meltan! I got him! That is incredible. Well worth the Master Ball, then. Look at that guy. And who said he doesn't exist? Was that like the last furnace? I think that might have been the last furnace. I actually did manage to get him. I'm genuinely surprised. Look at my face. Doesn't it look surprised? It looks like it has a fish in front of it. That's the orb. There we go. Yeah, Meltan. Awesome. That is incredible. All right, so he's going to get stuffed in the box, never to see the light of day again. But I did get him. Let's throw him in the Legendary's chest as well. That is incredible. I actually don't know if anyone on the server has a Meltan. If anyone out there plays on the server and knows or has one, let me know. Just shoot me up, or shoot me up. Hit me up in the comments. Please don't shoot me. Hit me up in the comment section, and or send me a message or something like that, and on Discord, and yeah, let me know if you actually have found a Meltan before, because as far as I know, I might be the only one with one. I'm making that bold statement, so if I'm wrong, please let me know. All right, let's go ahead and store all this metal because I've got a bunch of it now. I definitely have enough to make a beacon base out of iron. That's awesome. I'm giddy with excitement with that. That was awesome. I think next what I should do is maybe go try to find that Magmarizer. I mean, I seem to be getting very lucky today, so why not just go push that luck and see if I can't go get that Magmarizer off of a Magmar. Let's see. First one. Oh, by the way, I got this working. Okay, now I'm not Etho. Okay, I'm not good at redstone at all. So for me to get this working, I gave myself a huge pat on the back. Let's take a look at the sloppiness that this is back here. Okay, so I thought about using a T flip-flop because basically I wanted a button to activate it, you know, and I thought that a T flip-flop basically kind of just turns a button into a lever-ish, kind of. I mean, not really, but kind of. It basically, you hit the button, it turns on, and it stays on. You hit the button, it turns off, it stays off. But this design, for one, which I learned way back when I played on the Xbox 360, worked probably the best, at least I could think of, because you can actually have two outputs on it. And that's what I needed. I needed an output for the flint and steel, which is all in here, and I need an output for the water bucket. Output for the water bucket. So I need them to do two different things. So this line right here goes in, activates flint and steel. That one's pretty standard. That one's very easy. This one, though, when this block is over here, this powers this. And this is, okay, I had to watch a Mumbo, not gonna lie. I had to watch a Mumbo Jumbo video to figure out what this even was. But this is something like a rising edge monostable circuit, something, maybe. I might be completely wrong. It's something that sends a pulse, one-tick pulse thing through it. And this repeater lengthens that pulse just a little bit. But it sends the pulse through and it raises the block up out of the way. So it turns this solid line of redstone into a pulse. And then that pulse goes into these two repeaters here, one of which goes directly to the water bucket, so it activates it and dumps it out. But the problem is to scoop the water up, I need a second pulse, which is where this comes in. So that goes over here and that creates the second pulse. And because this repeater is here, it doesn't create an infinite loop. It basically is like a gate, so it prevents it from going back this way. It goes into there also, and it actually works pretty good, or at least it has so far. I'm probably going to be eating my words if it doesn't work right now while I'm recording. Haha! Okay, so there's the portal, and then in all of its noisy glory, and then you hit that. Bam! Portal off. I'm so happy that that actually works. Alright, but I do need to actually go in there. I'm going to go push my luck. I'm going to go try to find... Let me get the amulet coin off of my thief here. I'm going to go try to find one Magmar. One Magmar. He's going to have the Magmarizer. 5% chance. It's actually a much better chance than Meltan. Than Meltan even appearing. So let's see if I can't find myself a Magmar in here. And then try and get the Magmarizer. Oh, I see one. I see two. Okay, so maybe we'll do two in this episode. But I see two right here. Alright, let's try to thief this thing right off of him. Thief! Fainted. Won the battle. Got some cool stuff, but I did not get a Magmarizer. Okay, so that was my one. I guess my luck ran out, but there is actually two here, so maybe my luck hasn't run out. Thief! Burned myself doing it. Did not end up with a Magmarizer. All right, well, I mean, you know, I'll settle for just getting a legendary Meltan instead. I mean, I guess that's all right. But anyway, I think I'm going to wrap this episode up here because I got actually really lucky so far in it. I actually was kind of hoping that I would find that just so that you guys could see that Meltan does exist. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this episode, please be sure to smash that like button and comment down below. Have you ever caught Meltan in Pixelmon before, or did you even know that was a thing? Because honestly, I didn't know that much about that. I had to look it up. So yeah, let me know down below if you ever encountered Meltan and if it ended up being a Ditto. And thank you so much for watching. I will catch you in the next episode. Bye-bye. Real quick before I go, I actually came back into my base after the nether, and there's a Meltan sitting in my water over here. There's actually another one. I actually had 2 spawn. So let's try to catch this one without a Master Ball. And there we go. Caught another Meltan.